my God, Tommy!
Easy, easy.
I was the world's luckiest nerd. Like, I was in a Chainsaw Massacre, I was in a Friday the 13th, and here I was in a Night of the Living Dead. I just was like getting the e-ticket of, fanboy nerddom. Like, hey, not only do you watch these movies, guess what? You can be in them. My name's William Butler, and I played Tom in the remake of Night of the Living Dead, 1990. And I can't even believe I'm saying that. It's so awesome.
It's all right. Don't shoot, mister. It's just us.
Who the hell is us?
Tom Bittner, sir. That's me.
John Vulich, my best friend from childhood, who I'd known since I was 12 years old, he had just come off of Day of the Dead and Monkey Shines for George, and he told me that he heard that they were going to do a remake of Night of the Living Dead, and that he thought that, that the word was that Savini wanted Tom this time around to be more of a vulnerable character. And at that point in my acting career, the vulnerable, nervous breakdown boy next door, that was my market.
We heard the girl calling out, asking if anyone was here. We was just scared, that's all. You wanna know the truth? We was scared to hell.
I had gone to New Mexico with Viggo Mortensen, who I was living with at the time, when he was working on Young Guns 2, and we got the call that, sure enough, Savini had seen something that I was in and thought that I would be good for the part. I couldn't believe it. I knew it was a shot in the dark. Frankly, I thought because I was not able to have an appointment that I didn't think I would ever have a chance of getting it. But they asked me to videotape it.
It's a good idea.
So Viggo directed me with my giant camcorder, and then I sent in the videotape, and we didn't hear anything. We wrapped Young Guns 2, we went back home, and I didn't hear anything, and I thought, well, that was just like Vulich had whispered in Savini's ear, can you let William Butler audition for this? Savini. So I thought, oh, this is over with. But much to my surprise, not only did I hear that they liked what I did, but I also heard that I got the part, which was bizarre because I had never met or spoken to Tom Savini. I certainly had never met George Romero, and I just couldn't believe it. I was not only such a tremendous fan of George Romero, Vulich and I grew up glued to anything that Tom Savini did. In our minds, he was a god, and so I didn't even know if I was going to be able to look at him because I just couldn't believe that we were going to be in his presence. And it's a huge responsibility remaking something that is considered a classic and the first film that really helped launch the genre. Really the main film that launched certainly maybe not the first, but it was the main film that launched the genre. Billions of dollars have been made from the homage that people pay to George Romero's work.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I knew that we all as performers had a tremendous responsibility to the fans and certainly to George. And that made the pressure 10 times worse than any other project that I had ever been involved with.
We're not gonna kick anyone out, Judy Rose. We're not gonna do anything like that. Now come on, let's try and work together, get some of this damn shit done.
Did I watch Keith Wayne's performance and try to base anything that I did on that? No, I didn't. For one, he's a kind of a brawny bruiser guy, and I was this snowflake. And I just knew that the interpretation that I was told was that Tom told me, I want you to be like an angel that is in hell.
Oh, you gotta help me out! Give me the wrench and nails, man! Helen! Cooper!
But there really wasn't a lot in common other than the fact that we would both get blown up and eaten. When I first met Tom Savini, I was incredibly intimidated. And the truth of the matter is I had never met him before we started filming. And I was really nothing like the character I was playing. I just happened to pull it off in my auditions. And so I was really worried that when he met me that he wasn't gonna like me or, but you know, he did. He treated me really, really well. I think he was a little surprised that I had never held a gun before.
Is that shotgun loaded?
Yeah, I got shells in my pocket.
He worked with me for hours trying to get me to do stuff that I eventually soaked in, but I had never even, I was like, oh wow, they're heavy, these guns, you know.
Yeah, stuff right back. Get that kid up here.
Tom had many organic, cool ideas that he wanted to build on it and more so make the film, I think, in some ways more of an homage to the first one than an actual shot-for-shot sort of remake, which it kind of ended up being. As a director, he's fucking great. He knew what he was doing. And little does he know, I had worked with tons of people that were a million times worse than any other set I had been on than that, which was great. And to be surrounded by so many terrific actors was just, there wasn't a clunker in the bunch.
I'm not so sure going down in that cellar is a smart move.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not so sure locking ourselves down in that cellar is such a smart move.
When I first met Tony Todd, I was intimidated by him because he was such an incredible actor, you know, with all sorts of experience in performing. I think he sensed that I was intimidated by him, and he used that in our scenes.
No good.
Better than nothing, Ben.
No good.
My natural vulnerability that was coming out of being fearful that I couldn't keep up, he kind of played with that, and it, on the first day, as of the first day, I really bonded with him, and I really did, you know, he did exactly what a performer should do for somebody who's playing a character like I did. He played his part on and off set, and I played my part on and off set. And I was lucky that our characters were friendly to each other because it made for a really good experience. And his quality of performing elevated my performance.
They're us. We're them, they're us.
Say what?
Patty Tallman was loved by everyone on set.
Having fun.
Give me a break.
She has no pretense at all. I'm still very good friends with her. And she's still that way to this day. She's very upfront about how she feels and how she thinks. She was a terrific actress. Years later, I told her, you know, my first scene was when I came out of the basement and I'm explaining what happened to my uncle. And George Romero was like 4 feet away from me, sitting in a chair watching me. And all I'm thinking of when I'm doing that scene is, he's gonna fire me. I'm gonna be replaced at the end of the day and he's gonna fire me. And then I glanced over at him and he gave me the thumbs up. I was like, okay, I'm doing this all right. But years later, I told Patty about that and she said, I can't believe you said that. I thought I was gonna be fired on the first day too.
You lame brains!
You're gonna die up here. You're gonna die.
Tommy Tolles, who I ended up being very good friends with, was hilarious and gregarious and, you know, in the sense that Tony Todd and I had a friendship thing based on our characters, those two were butting heads from day one.
What about you, Mr. Ben? You don't exactly look like neighbors yourself.
Truck. Outside, out of gas.
Gas. Evans City is 5 miles away. We can make 5 miles on freaking fumes.
Yeah, what if we don't make it?
I think that they used that energy from their characters and that it helped them stay in character. They were just so good. Tommy was really funny person that just made everyone laugh. He was a good one.
Hey, you're right. Look.
Katie Finneran had never done anything before, and she was a really good actress, very strong actress. She had never been on set before. She has since then gone on to become a Tony winner and the Queen of Hollywood.
Tommy, tell him I know how to drive. I can do it, Tommy.
Her daddy's got trucks. She's been driving since she was little.
All right.
all the actors were just so comfortable and funny, and it was just such a great time.
What a place to be stuck. Middle of nowhere.
Filming in the farmhouse was incredible. It was the most beautiful house you'd ever see in your life. And our art department went in and absolutely wrecked it. They flung paint all over the walls, they put dust all over everything. But there was so much detail in this house set that if you opened a drawer, there would be silverware in there that was all rusty. I would look in the desk drawers, there'd be shotgun shells in there.
Not gonna do it. Hey, Tom, give me a hand.
I was under the impression when you make these films and you have to dismantle a giant carved oak wooden table and you nail it against the windows with a hammer, that the table is made out of like balsa wood or something. But no, to keep it real, we had like a 1,000-pound table that me and Tony Todd had to dismantle and nail with wrenches against the windows. The art department really went deep in every aspect of the set. I still, to this day, think that those zombies are some of the most terrific zombies ever. They're still kind of the fresh kill zombies. Everett Burrell is now a renowned VFX artist. Of course, John, my friend, passed away a few years ago, which is just such a horrible loss for me personally and for the artistic world, because he was truly a genius. A pain in the ass, but a genius.
Tommy, here he comes! What should I do? I don't want to leave you here!
Go down there and get him, Judy Rose!
I am not a huge fan of staying up all night, as anyone will tell you. I am always the first to hide during all night shoots and go lay down somewhere. So I stayed for the truck explosion, which, as with every single project that I've ever been involved with, they're like, oh yeah, the truck's gonna explode and it's gonna lift up. I had no idea that it was gonna almost flip over. So I stayed for that, which was absolutely spectacular. And then I saw them dragging the polyfoam dummy and eating that meat, which was turkey deli meat dipped in red food coloring and barbecue sauce. I watched them take a couple bites, and then I had them take me back to my hotel room. I was like, I mean, I looked delicious, but it wasn't for me. The whole set overall was just a very good atmosphere. They had skirt day where they all wore skirts. They had wig day, they all wore wig. They had hat day. It was really fun. And then they had dollar day. So you sign $1 and you put it in the thing. And then at lunch they draw someone's name and you get all the dollars that's in. Then the next day, next Friday, $5 day. Okay, and then they did $20 day. And then at the end, they did $100 day, and I think someone got $4,000. Yeah. I didn't get it. The thing about being in these movies is it's a gift that keeps giving. I was just at a convention last weekend where we are all still mobbed, and the fans are younger and younger every year. I think that's a testament to George Romero's writing, Tom Savini's directing, the actors, and all of the artists that worked on the film. Whether or not it was received by the public is one argument, but whether or not it's a good film, I think, is a different conversation altogether.
Take them doors down and nail them up.
That's it! Nice going, Tom, come on!
Is she crazy or what?
It is certainly an honor and a privilege to have been chosen to appear alongside the other performers, and certainly an honor to be in George Romero's company. I think that when all is said and done, there's so much love and heart and passion and respect that went into the project for the genre, for the project, and certainly for George Romero, makes me forever proud to have been in a project that has left an undoubtable mark on motion picture history.